Namaste. Welcome. My name's Todd Norian, founder of Ashaya Yoga. Welcome to today's practice. Just a couple of brief reminders. Please share this experience. I would really love inner peace to spread faster than any virus. May we infect the public with joy and inner peace. It really does help to expand this out. And if you are interested in contributing, you can go to ashayayoga.com and the Practice Online menu, and there's a donate button. And thank you very, very much. Your gifts of generosity are deeply appreciated. Thank you. I also want to invite everyone to consider coming and joining the 30-day challenge. It's called Pillars of Peace, a 30-day challenge. And the purpose of this course is primarily to establish source consciousness within our center. We need to learn how to stabilize these good feelings, this connection with source, over a long period of time in consistency of practice. So the challenge is practice this with me for 30 days in a row. There's a 30-minute meditation, and then 3 days a week, there'll be a 45-minute asana experience, and you can register for just the meditations or meditation and asana for the full thing. And if you join with us early, you get to bring a friend for free. So there's a special bonus there, and that lasts now until midnight on Friday. And the purpose of all that, first, the pricing is already so low. It's an introductory special rate, mainly because this is my first time doing a challenge like this. But also, we just really want to support those who are seeking inner peace and wanting to find and establish a connection to source so you can have more energy and be more centered during this time. So we want to make that available to as many people as possible, and then have you bring a friend. So I hope you'll take advantage of that, and I really, really look forward to this. It's very exciting. And then for me, it's like, come into my living room every day for 30 days. Let's practice together. Let's connect with the Ashaya community and those interested in being a positive influence in life right now, and especially right now, a steady practice is needed. And I think about how everything has just gotten so fast with digital technology. There's fast food, there's fast everything. Guess what? It doesn't work with yoga. You can't just put in 5 minutes every other week and expect to be stabilized in your source consciousness. There's a tradition that's thousands of years old where these yogis, the most in-depth, wise, sage seers, and they all say the same thing. Steady practice over a long period of time. It does something to us. We open our dedication. And especially during this time, most everything is closed down, so we have time. Let's use it wisely. How about take time to become still? Take time to reflect and make some deep changes in your life. And then that way we're using, this experience as a way to grow ourselves, and we come out better for it. Today's session is on the shoulders. I call it super shoulder openers. We'll be doing lots of therapeutics, and primarily I'm going to give you the technique of shoulders. And when you work your shoulders, your neck also feels better. We'll do some specifics for the neck. But part of the problem with neck pain is that our shoulders are so tight. Why? Well, because the shoulders are connected to our fight or flight response to life. And so when we're in a survival mode, we tend to round. The head of the arm bones come forward. We have this protective mechanism to protect our important internal organs like our heart. All mammals do that. So that's our instinct. And yet when we do that, it closes down our breath and it creates high blood pressure, and so many things go wrong when we are so tight. And we store it right here in the upper trapezius muscles of the shoulders. So the idea is, let's get aligned better so we can release the shoulders, and then the neck will spontaneously benefit from all the shoulder work we do. Ashaya Yoga, Ashaya means abode of the heart, is a path of radical affirmation. Radical affirmation meaning that we choose to believe that life has our back, that life is good for you, and that it's happening for you, not to you. The yogi wants to not only be happy, but to go beyond happiness to be able to thrive in life. And in order to thrive, we have to understand that thriving is our natural state. Like we are born in our DNA. The DNA is designed to thrive. And yet why don't we? Well, we cover it up. You know, there's so much suffering and pain and so many obstacles. You know, we forget about what's the goodness of life. You know, what are our values? Well, good health, speak the truth, to live with integrity, to look for the good in life and in other people, to forgive. There's all these things, and we've lost sight of many of those things. And we get to a feeling where we feel like we lack something, or we're not enough, or there could be a sense of feeling unworthy, or deep, deep states of shame, or regret, or guilt. These are all the negative emotions that when they're not addressed, they linger, and they start to layer like layers of shale or slate, you know, like in a mountain. And the weight, the burden that we carry, you know, it's like Atlas, we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. A lot of that is just taking too much responsibility in our lives. You know, we think that if we worry more, we're going to help other people. No, and you need to learn how to care and love, and that's all good. But you don't need to worry. That's extra. So we want to learn how to come back to this natural state to thrive. This is the life force. This is the nature of our life force that's in us. So we already have everything we need inside of us to thrive. We just need to honor it. When we do that, there's an expression I like to use. We come back into contact with our divine enthusiasm, where we have this spark. There's a lightness to our step. We look forward to the day rather than just dragging ourselves through the day. And each day is like another burden. And then we get so depressed. It's like, oh, I wonder what bad things are going to happen to me today. Then we start looking for all the bad things. We create these negative future predictions. And guess what? We're the magicians of life. You're creating your reality right now with life. It's a co-participation. We have to come back to the knowledge that we are the magicians of life. We have the capacity to pull the rabbit of grace out of the proverbial hat. We're beings who can assign meaning to our life that's uplifting, and that we can create something out of nothing. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So take a comfortable seat, turn your thigh bones in, draw your tailbone down, join your index fingers and thumbs. And this is a mudra that helps us connect with the divine enthusiasm again. So bring your index finger, our individual, we could say our less evolved self, our individual, our limited self, touches the vastness of the unlimited divine energy. And it's just as a good reminder, palms down, because we're the embodiment of that. And then close your eyes and draw in. Draw in and honor the divine inside of you. You already have everything you need to thrive. Everybody has a longing to thrive. And you know what? Thriving is not an end-stop game. It's endless, and we can learn how to become even more vital. And for those that are thriving, but they're like crazy wild all the time, maybe those people, maybe for you to thrive, you have to settle down. Like you have to create some healthy self-boundaries. So deepen your breath. Inhale, self-honor. As you exhale, release and surrender whatever's in the way. Inhale, a sense of inner peace. Exhale, strength. Inhale, radical affirmation. Affirm goodness in life. Exhale, release the grip of negativity that strangles the life out of us. Inhale into your heart. Let's open to the bigger energy. Let the light of the universe fill you. To do that, soften your skin a little bit. Don't try so hard. Relax. Relax your mouth and the jaw. See if you can release your tongue. And then lengthen your side ribs. Move the head of your arm bones back. Hug your shoulder blades onto the back ribs to honor the divine in you. And then lift your heart with the longing to thrive again. Lengthen up through the neck. Take your palate back. Lift the back of your skull up. Take a few moments to breathe through the central channel of your spine, from the earth, from the hips, all the way up to the top of the head, the sky. And as you inhale, bring sky energy down. And as you exhale, allow earth energy to rise so that you have sky and earth balanced in the middle of your heart. This experience of the human and the divine are both divine. Even in our imperfection, there's a perfection. Why? Because grace loves you exactly as you are. This power of the universe, we could call it grace or light or even nature, loves us so much that it allows us, it empowers us to even go against nature. And we do. That's why the spiritual path is such a tricky thing. It's a vulnerable experience, and it's a day-to-day experiment to really understand, what do you really need? What do you really want? What's most meaningful in your life? What happened to the goodness, the value we have for good health, for serving others, for loving ourselves and others, just for simply telling the truth, being authentic, to accept, to forgive, to let go. Set an intention for yourself today. What is it you could release that you're ready to let go of that would support you to thrive more fully in your life? And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Connected deeply with divine enthusiasm that's hidden deep in your own heart. Let's send a spark out to each person viewing right now and to all beings. Inhale, we'll chant Om. Honoring the divine in your own heart, in you, as you gently bow. Ready, open your eyes. Namaste. Please come up to standing. We are going to do a little bit of wall work today, so if you have a wall that is near you that you can use, that's fine. We'll probably move our mats over to the wall at some point. Come stand in front of your mat, feet parallel, hands to your hips. Honor the divine within by setting a foundation with the longing to thrive. And then lift and spread your toes. Engage. Honor the divine is in you, as you. Move your thigh bones back. Draw your tailbone in. And here we go now with the shoulders. So the action here, I'm just going to show you right off. Stretch both arms up. And we want to lift the side ribs. So instead of arms like this, watch my ribs. And the lift of the ribs is your recognition of the light of the divine in you. So we want to open to the universal this way. And then self-honor. So you pull the head of the arm bones back. When the arm bone goes into the socket, whether it's the ball and socket of the hips or the ball and socket here of the shoulders, there's an integration. And we call that integration honoring. You can just think, I'm honoring something good inside me. I'm honoring the divine inside me. So you pull. And when your arm bones go back, the armpit gets hollow. Then inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, release your arms out to the side. So when we get the arm bone positioned just right, there's clearing, all these little bones, and there's a bone called the acromion process, and underneath that it's called the subacromion space. And when the arm bones go back, it opens up that space that allows you to lift your arm like that without the head of your arm bone rubbing against the acromion process. So there's a lot of issues that happen. But here's a way to just see how effective this is. Stretch your arms up, and on your right side, disengage the shoulders so the arm bone goes forward. Okay, keep that. Without hurting yourself, just stretch your arm up and stop as soon as you feel a restriction. Okay. On the left side, side ribs long, pull the left head of the arm bone back and integrate it like this. Now stretch your arm up and see how much further it goes with a lot more ease. If you look up, you'll see that, wow, this is really makes a difference. So relax your arms down. Inhale, both arms out in front. Side ribs long, head of the arm bones back, hug your shoulder blades. Now, the upper arm needs to externally rotate. So if you just turn your thumbs up, even turn your palms open, you're going to get the upper arm to externally rotate more. Okay, keeping that, turn your palms parallel. And see how that just made your lower arm turn in? The elbow joint here, you have the bones in your forearm help you rotate the lower arm independent of your upper arm. So we say externally rotate the upper arms while you internally rotate the lower arms. That'll keep you busy for the entire class. And then inhale, stretch up, and notice how good that feels. Exhale, release your arms, palms down, and then palms in Anjali Mudra. Inhale, coordinate movement with breath. Exhale, release whatever's in the way. Inhale and thrive. Draw into your divine enthusiasm and exhale, release. And it's just, what is divine enthusiasm? Continue to breathe and let your movements follow the breath. I think divine enthusiasm is like having a zest for life, being happy for no reason at all, to remember, to have gratitude for even having the capacity to breathe, being in such a place in life where you can be viewing this right now, even just grateful for the practice. And that helps us stay motivated and stay inspired. Okay, good. And exhale, release. Now take your right arm forward. We're going to go in a circle, armpit back, and reach the circle all the way back behind you. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, back. And just keep it going. Nice, deep breath. And explore any areas around the circle where you're a little bit stiff and tight. Just breathe into that. Release. Left arm, inhale up. And exhale, back. Big breath in when the arm comes up. And then exhale, it goes back. Very good. Clasp your hands behind your back. Bend your elbows at first. Lengthen your side ribs, head of the arm bones back, and then stretch your elbows back. And as you pull your hands back, get the top of your shoulder ahead of the arm bones to pull back more. Big stretch in the upper front of the chest, the sternum. And then hug your shoulder blades more strongly in towards the center of your spine. Honor the divine within you. Lift your heart. Exhale, release. Shake out your hands. Interlace your fingers in front. Stretch your hands straight out. Let's disengage the shoulders for a moment just so we have some contrast. Round the upper back. So you're going to, it's called protracting the shoulder blades. You're just going to push the upper back. Okay? And then take the head of the arm bones back and try to pull the upper back in. That's where we're going today. We want, the upper back needs to have, it's called a convex curve in the back there, kyphotic. But most people are overly kyphotic because the shoulders are slapped down because we're walking around depressed. We forgot our divine nature like this. So look, you go here, pull the head of the arm bones back, and then stretch up and press up through the index finger knuckle side of your hands. And the index finger knuckle side of your hand and the inner armpits are connected. So as soon as you go up through the inner edge of your hand, inner armpits pull back. Hug your shoulder blades onto your back. It's like on the back, there's like a shield of honor. Exhale, release, arms down. Okay. So you might feel a little tiredness in your arms. That's good. We're opening up and strengthening the muscles and strengthening integration primarily. Okay, cactus arms. Elbows straight out to the side. Externally rotate your arms so the little fingers are going to come in more. Bring your elbows slightly forward of your shoulders, side ribs long, pull the head of your arm bones back. Then widen your elbows in line with your shoulders. Turn your palms parallel and imagine you're at the gym. You're going to take the lat pull-down bar and pull isometrically down. This triggers action in the rhomboids and the shoulder blades and muscles in the back. And the bottom tips of the shoulder blades now will curl into the back of the heart. Very good. Externally rotate the upper arms again. And then this time, internally rotate the lower arms. So start to turn your palm so that the palm faces away. Put yourself inside of an imaginary door jamb here. And I want you to push your palms and forearms into the side of the door jamb and hug your shoulder blades onto your back ribs. So you push, shoulder blades hug, push, hug at the same time. Now, what's your head doing? Lift through your throat and your neck and just slide your palate back. Very good. Exhale, release, shake out your arms. Inhale, stretch your arms up, bend your right elbow, pull the elbow back, but push your elbow into your hand. And breathe. Pull the inner edge of your bicep muscle back. Now, hold the stretch, thighs back, tailbone in. We're going to crescent toward the right, towards the left. Did I say left elbow? Did I say right elbow up? Okay, crescent left. And then root your right foot down, come up, switch, pull the left elbow back, and press your left elbow into your hand. So when you push your elbow into your hand, your armpit should go back. That's the key. And then you pull your elbow back with your hand. And let's take it into crescent. So root your left foot down, and we're going to crescent right. And breathe. And root your left foot down. Inhale. Come up, stretch both arms up, and then exhale. And release. Very good. Okay, here's a swimmer stretch that I developed. So you hold your elbows like this. I'm going to take the right elbow and pull the elbow toward the left. As you do that, take your right shoulder back, and you turn and look to the right. Inhale back to center. Hold the left elbow more firmly and pull to the right. Take your left shoulder back. back to center. Stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, right elbow under left and wrap. Bring your palms together. If you can't quite do that, you could grab onto your thumb or you put a belt between your hands to give you a couple extra inches. Okay? If you've got this, then kind of wiggle your elbows further. So your left elbow has to push forward more. Lift the elbows straight up, pull the head of the arm bones back. And then take the whole shoulder assembly right to the right and keep your left shoulder back. Breathe. It's similar to the previous stretch, but just a little more complex. Inhale back to center. Unwind, stretch up. And then reverse, left under right. Intertwine. Lift the elbows. Try to pull the head of the arm bones back. Remember, that's our technique. We never want to do a stretch where the shoulders are pulled way forward. Yes, this does pull the shoulders forward because of the pressure of the arms, but we counteract that by resisting. So you pull the head of the arm bones back. You just resist them back. Hug in. Honor the divine. That's already within you. We just need to see it and then breathe into it. And then the arm assembly to the left. Take your right shoulder back. Turn, look over your shoulder. See what that feels like to go to the opposite direction, keeping the arms as they are. And then look to your left. Inhale back to center and release. Okay, come to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Bring your shins perpendicular to the floor. So you may have to bend your knees a bit and then take the top of your knee back. The thighs roll in and push back. Isometrically pull your feet backwards, and that is going to make your hamstrings hug. Hug with divine enthusiasm. Draw in, honor yourself, and then inhale, lift your heart halfway forward with the longing to thrive. Exhale, fold, honor yourself. Inhale, your nature is to thrive. Exhale, bow to source the nature within. One more. Inhale, thrive. Let the light, the life force expand. And then exhale, self-honor. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, right foot back, lunge. Lean on to the right hand, stretch your left arm up. Claw with your right fingers, take the right shoulder back, twist more. Then stretch your left arm over the ear. Bring your left arm out to the side, 90 degrees. Pull the head of the arm bone in, and then stretch your arm. Exhale, touch the floor. Stretch your left leg straight. Keep your legs real wide. Square your hips to the front. Roll up to the left heel, root. The heel down, drag back, and bow. So very good hamstring stretch. We're not going to work the lower body that much, but just a little bit. Exhale, release, bend the left knee. Step back, downward facing dog pose. Exhale, right foot forward. Come on to eagle talons. Remember, you can always use blocks underneath your hands for these lunges. Lean to the left hand, stretch your right arm up. And roll over the left shoulder. And then bring your right arm out to the side at 90 degrees. Head of the arm bone back. And then stretch the arm over the ear. Turn your belly and heart more toward the sky. Nice deep breaths. Exhale, release, right leg straight. Legs stay wide. And then roll to your right heel, root the heel, and isometrically pull back. And breathe. The breath is infused with the life force. So when you breathe, you're on your way to thrive. You hold your breath, everything shrinks inside. The muscles contract, they atrophy. So we want to open the breath, root the heel, drag the right heel backwards isometrically so you have a good stretch. And then breathe and thrive. Breathe and thrive. Then right foot down. Step back, plank, exhale, slowly come down, chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, come up, cobra. Work your hands, claw pads and roots, and pull your palms backwards. And then lift your side ribs, take the head of your arm bones back more. Now, can you move your shoulder blades down your back more? Try to feel where the shoulder blade hugs, and honor yourself even more in that location. And when your shoulder blades hug and curl, the heart thrives. You know, self-honor gives you lots of support, and we need that. We need safety and support to be able to thrive. Exhale, come back up into plank. Then bring your knees down. And exhale, we're going to do 3 slow-mo push-ups. Exhale. But don't let the head of your arm bones go below the elbow. In fact, they should stay a little bit above the elbows. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly, 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 down, down, down. Hug. And then push your hands. That's 2 and 3. Come all the way down now. Clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, come up, locust. Legs and chest up. Lift your legs. Head of the arm bones back. Hug your muscles in towards the bones to honor the divine inside. And then from the pelvis, shine out through your legs and expand through your torso. Longing to thrive. Divine enthusiasm. And exhale down. Okay, grab 2 blocks if you have it. And let's see, do it like, I think like this. If the height of the block is not high enough for you, you can, if you have 2 more blocks, you can stack this up. What I want you to do is called kneeling prayer. So put your palms in prayer position, bring the elbows down onto the blocks, and then you walk your knees back far enough so your spine is long, and then exhale and begin to melt the upper back. And our goal here is to release the upper back. If the blocks are just too low to the floor, I've also done this on a countertop, so you can just get up and find a table. And then release the upper back more. You can let your head release a little bit too. Ideally, the neck stays in line with the spine, and then we melt between the shoulder blades. Okay, if you feel it at all in your lower back, pull your tailbone in, belly in. A few more breaths. Soften the upper back. It's the tightest part of the spine, mid-thoracic. And of course it should be, because that's the protection for the back of the heart. So we're designed anatomically to have more protection there. But then, through self-limiting beliefs and lifestyle issues, and mostly it's fear, we get overly tight in the upper back. And that's what yoga is trying to do. We're going to try to release what is unnecessary. We don't really need that. Release. And inhale, come up. Very good. All right. Take a wide stance on your mat now. Hands to your hips, feet parallel. Stretch your arms out and get your ankles as wide as your wrists are wide. Hands to your hips, square your left foot, turn your right foot open to 90. Hug your legs to the middle and bend your right knee. Bring your right forearm down, Parsva Konasana. Move your thigh bones back, tailbone in, and then lengthen your side ribs from hips to shoulders. And take your left arm straight out to the side, like we did just a little bit previously. And pull the head of your arm bone back. So from here, it's here. And then stretch your arm overhead and try to turn your left thumb up toward the sky. Your palm faces behind you. From your pelvis, root down through your feet. Bend your front knee a bit more to go deeper in the stretch. And then from your pelvis, stretch. As you expand from the core of your pelvis, you increase your capacity to thrive and grow yourself. More advanced, you can bring your right hand down to the outside of your foot on the floor. And just honor where your body is today. What I like about yoga, it's not a race, so you don't have to go fast, and there's no competition. Root down through your feet and inhale, come up. Hands to your hips. Turn your feet the opposite way, right foot square, left foot open. Hug your legs and go, forearm onto your thigh. Hug in, self-honor. Thighs back, tailbone in. Right arm straight out to the side. Honor the divine within. Armpit back. Thrive. Thumb up. Every inhalation, self-honor. Every exhalation, how much more can you thrive? Remember, when we're thriving in life, there's space to go up and down. You have space for happiness and sadness. You have space to be however you are. It's just we don't live there. We don't get stuck there. We allow the free flow of all of our emotions, but we connect to a deeper source, the ocean underneath the waves, where thriving is in our DNA. And it's not something you can really try to do. You have to allow it. Touch the floor if you want to go deeper. Exhale, spin down to the floor. Come back plank, lower through chaturanga, and down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, puppy dog pose. Curl your toes under. So in puppy dog, you pull, drag your hands isometrically back. Now lift your armpits up, melt the heart down. Armpits up, heart down. Armpits up, our individual nature. Melt the heart, our divine nature. You have to allow that. Keeping all that, go up into downward dog pose. Pull up from your hands to your shoulder blades. And then walk in step by step, Uttanasana. Root the feet, sweep your arms out to the side, and come up. Exhale. Palms down. We're going to go to the wall. So slide your mat to a place in your space where there's a wall. I'm going to use my door. And we're going to do L at the wall. Now, for those that have issues with the wrists, or you just can't weight bear, you're going to do downward dog pose at the wall. For everybody else, come onto all fours with your feet at the wall. And in tabletop, you bring your hand just slightly forward of your shoulders. And if you're really tight in your hamstrings, you're going to bring your hands 2 more inches forward. And the idea for L at the wall is we're weight bearing. But here's the action. Melt the heart. Claw with your hands. Be strong. Honor yourself. Then come into downward dog pose. Heels are at the wall. Toes are on the floor. And then lift your armpits away from the wall as you move your heart toward the wall. And then look at your thumbs. So you keep your head up. When you've got that, then you can try, bend one knee, push at the wall, and go halfway up. So your feet are at hip level. Breathe. Lift your armpits away from the wall, heart toward the wall. Look at your thumbs. Then lift your inner thighs up, tailbone in, ribs in. For those that have a lot of strength now, you feel really steady, keep your eyes on your thumbs. Take your right leg up. Hold. Push your left foot into the wall. That's your support. Switch. Okay, we don't want the leg to go all the way back. Just bring it up about the level of your hip. Thighs back, tail in. You can come down anytime you get tired, otherwise hold with me. Exhale, left foot at the wall. Come down with control. Slowly down, knees down, child's pose. So invigorating. Okay, come back away from the wall. There we go. Okay. Come take a seated position now. Now that we've opened the torso and the shoulders, your breath should be very open and free. So what I thought we'd do is a few minutes of pranayama, and especially during this time, to do things that actually elevate your immune system and strengthen the lining of your lungs is really good practice. Join your index fingers and thumbs, palms down. Sit tall. Inhale, and I'd like you to expand your belly when you inhale. Actually, put your hands on your low belly. Take a breath, and like you're blowing up a balloon into your hands. Make sure your belly expands before you lift your chest. And then exhale, blow all the air out of the balloon. And you can push on your belly so the abdomen contracts. Inhale, belly. Exhale, navel back. Inhale, relax your entire belly into your hands. Expand it even more. And then exhale, and it contracts. Do several more abdominal breaths. So you know what we're doing is we're oxygenating the blood in the lungs. Due to gravity, blood pools at the bottom tips of the lungs. We hardly ever get our breath that far down. We're doing chest breathing most of the time. And chest breathing stimulates our adrenal glands and the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight, flight, or freeze. So yes, we want to use that part of the lungs, but there's no blood up there. So when you inhale and you expand your belly, you have to relax. Now you're oxygenating and you're increasing the efficiency of oxygen intake. And that triggers The relaxation response, the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what tells the brain it can relax. You know, why we have anxiety at night and can't sleep? You have not turned off your sympathetic nervous system. You can learn how to do that, actually. Here's the switch. Just do some deep abdominal breathing. Okay, the yogi wants to use all three chambers of the lungs, abdominal, thoracic, and clavicular. So we start with abdominal breathing. Okay. So keep that going. Now inhale belly, ribs, and upper chest. And then exhale from top to bottom, upper chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly expands first, then middle of the ribs, upper chest, and exhale. Let's begin Ujjayi breathing. Ujjayi means victoriously uprising. And you contract the base of your throat. So you hug the muscles at the base of your throat to create a aspirated hissing sound. So if you're going to whisper the sound ha with the mouth closed, that will generate the sound. Let's try it. It's important to keep the muscles of the face relaxed as you hug the base of the throat muscles. Permit the pauses between the breaths. Try to make the sound of the inhalation match exactly the sound of the exhalation. All right, so that's Ujjayi. Breathe normally. The Ujjayi breath creates a tremendous sense of inner peace and calm throughout the entire system. By just slightly contracting the base of the throat, you hug in, honoring the divine enthusiasm in you. And it produces a very calming effect on the nervous system. It also strengthens and tones the lungs. So very good to Ujjayi. 2 or 3 minutes a day is perfect. Now we're going to continue with Ujjayi, but we're going to do one called Viloma A. Viloma means to interrupt the breath. So we're going to breathe in for a count of 3 from the pelvic floor up to the floating ribs, and then we're going to interrupt that inhalation by holding for 1 count. Then, same breath, inhale from floating ribs up to the middle of the chest, hold 1. Inhale all the way up to the collarbones, hold. Eventually we'll hold for 6 and exhale for 9, but we won't concern ourselves with that right now. So, inhale from the pelvis to the floating ribs and hold. Inhale up to the middle of the chest, hold. And then inhale all the way up to the top of the lungs, collarbones, hold. And then exhale long and slow all the way down. Use the Ujjayi sound. Inhale, 2, 3, hold the floating ribs. Inhale, 2, 3, hold middle of the chest. Inhale, 2, 3, hold at the top of the lungs. 3, 4, 5, 6. See if you can exhale now for a count of 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have to really pace yourself. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and breathe normally. Feel the effect of viloma, this interrupting, disturbing the inhalation. It creates smoothness of the breath, kind of a silky, smooth quality. Sit for a few moments in meditation with your eyes closed. And way, way in the background of your consciousness, allow the mantra Hum Sa to arise. Very subtle, with a kind of effortless effort. Let the mantra arise. You may coordinate hum on the inhalation and sa on the exhalation, which creates even more focus. For the last few seconds, release the mantra and let yourself touch the inner stillness, inner peace within. Allow yourself to take and explore the inner realms. We take a journey into the mystery of the life force. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. Offer a gentle bow to the divine within. And then come lie down on your back for a few moments and let yourself just simply bathe in the inner stillness. Once you're settled, exhale and release the muscles away from your bones. And then release your bones into the earth. Release all tension. All burdens dissolve. And what's left is the light of divine enthusiasm and theos filled with the life force, with the God force, with the joy force. And then release the very root of your tongue. The jaw releases and energy is allowed now to flow from tailbone to brain. Then release the head of your arm bones toward the earth. We let our burdens go one by one, such that all that's left is the light of the heart, a longing to thrive. Then very, very slowly begin to return. Move your fingers and your toes. Draw your knees into your chest and roll to your right side. When you're ready, gradually come up to seated. Sit tall. Join your index fingers and thumbs. Close your eyes. Sit in a position worthy of your divine enthusiasm deep inside. Lengthen your spine. Take the head of your arm bones back and honor yourself as the vehicle of this divine energy. Align your head over your heart, over your pelvis. And let the light flow from pelvis, heart to head, up and down. Maybe walk through this day from a place of inner peace. The body, the mind, the heart are integrated in harmony, in clear, open, compassionate communication with all parts. When you know yourself, when you're aware of your feelings and needs, when you're receptive to yourself, when you listen to yourself, you bring that out into the world. You're able to be a compassionate presence for others. Connect with your own divine enthusiasm to have a good day today. To follow your heart, to remember your connection to spirit, to see goodness everywhere, to be be authentic, to walk gently, consciously, respectfully, to do the needful, all actions and words from the heart. Slowly bring your palms together in front. Listen to your own heart, this divine calling. To live in your best self today. To know that you are a work in progress. You are perfectly imperfect just as you are. And affirm to yourself, I love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. And I'm constantly becoming more of myself. May I learn as I grow. May I be receptive to all that life has to offer me. May I release any arrogance and come back to a heart filled with humility. It takes a humble heart to step into the divine. Let a ray of light from your heart, this longing to thrive, extend to all the other hearts practicing right now. And then send it to your close family. Wish for their happiness. And then send a radiant light, divine light, all across the globe. May we heal each other. May we heal the earth. May all beings recognize their divine potential and live in that and walk in that more and more each day. Let's take a breath and share in the sound of Om. From my heart to all of yours, thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.